Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. The holidays, they can be a great time, but also a stressful time, but that is no excuse to let your sex life fizzle out. Today, I'm sharing tips to help you de-stress and sexually reconnect, whether you're single or in a relationship, and answering your sex questions on sex toys, extramarital affairs, orgasms, and more. Thanks for listening. Okay, everybody, it is the holidays, and I know what would make the best holiday present, just what you always wanted to wake up to, and that is a Sybian. On Christmas morning, how perfect would that be? Or holiday morning, whatever you celebrate. Okay, so I've had my Sybian for 6 months now, and I have experienced things that I didn't know possible to feel in my own body. As you know, I've tried every toy on the planet, but the Sybian is like nothing else you've ever experienced. I personally have been able to stretch my ability for pleasure by myself and with a partner. And it really does push the needle in your sex life and your sexual relationship.
It's like a sexual boot camp.
It is a sexual boot camp. And here's the thing also that I should have been telling you. They have a 45-day trial period. So if you get the Sybian and you're like, no, we're not into it.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can check it out and be like, I just want it.
There's mattress companies out there that are always saying like, hey, you can sleep on our mattress for like so many days and then send it back if you don't like it. But you can sit on this sexual ottoman for 45 days.
Yep.
That's a month and a half where you could learn if you like it.
Right.
Even if you did send it back, you'd probably learn a bunch of stuff
about
your body.
I learned like by the third time, I was having more orgasms during intercourse, which is really hard for women because you ride this like you ride the cowgirl. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing, like a woman on top position. It's a full-on sexual experience. Your partner, it comes with a little stool, great foreplay. I know my guy gets turned on, like touching me, watching. It's a whole thing, Anderson. I won't get too much into it.
I love that you can try it out, though, for 45. I did not know, because it's an investment.
Do you want one?
I don't know if it's really made for the dudes over here, but I love the idea of your listeners being able to give it a shot for 45 days.
Yeah, try it out, you guys.
Risk-free.
It might be like the only thing you need to take it to the next level. It has 11 different attachments.
It's cold outside. You want to stay in more?
Oh, my God. You will never leave your house this winter if you get one of these. You have a little bunch of variety of orgasms to choose from when you get the different attachments.
Would you say it's equivalent to a man learning how to fillet himself for a woman?
Yes.
Yes.
I would say it is.
Because I don't think men would leave the house if they could actually
Oh, my God, no.
reach.
We get those people calling in sometimes, don't we, on Loveline? Yes, it is the same thing. And women, so the number one question I get asked is, why can't my partner orgasm during intercourse? Well, because she probably hasn't learned how to. She doesn't understand her own body. And this, boom, it will happen. In fact, here is from a listener who tried the Sybian, says, this letter is long overdue. I'm no prude with my husband. I have an average sex life 3 to 4 times a week, mainly missionary or me on top. I would rarely come. Sex was just me taking care of him. I'd always wanted to try a vibrator, but was too shy to tell him. So I teased him a bit and he was thrilled. We went out and ordered the Sybian. When it arrived, he made me come 4 times the first time we used it.
Wait,
this is a whole new world. Yeah. Well, she tried it, and then they were having sex. It's a longer email. I had to edit it. So, you guys, you've heard me talk about the Sybian. Check out their website, sybian.com.
The last sex toy you'll ever need.
Yeah,
right?
totally. As a special treat for our Sex with Emily listeners, you get $75 off your first order with code Emily75. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God, I feel so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. where you can do everything there. Everything. We post blogs every day, videos, things to help you have a better sex life. If you have any sex question on your mind right now, just go to the search bar, put it in there. I am sure I have answered it, or we've got a podcast about it, and it's just a good time over there. And sign up for our mailing list, because our mailing emails rock that we send out once a week, but they're not like annoying.
You give good email.
I give good email. Yeah. I have to say, I do. Hello, Anderson.
Hey there, Em.
Hi, baby.
Hello there, miss. I've answered every sexual question ever presented, ever.
Name one that I haven't answered.
I shouldn't say that. No, okay.
Exactly.
I'll just go with it. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did my 10-year anniversary show.
Congratulations. That was a smashing success. It was a fantastic time. I enjoyed myself very much, and you killed it up there.
I killed it.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Can I say that I was worried about you? Can I say?
Talk about it.
Is that all right?
You can. Yeah, I mean, if you were.
All right, so we're upstairs. We're upstairs in the green room. I talked a little bit about on the After Disaster as well. But it was a surreal.
You talked about it in your podcast.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
It was a surreal situation. We were at the world famous Hollywood Improv. We're upstairs in the green room. I go up and I see Em. She's dressed to the nines, and she's got the stack of like little half leaflet papers in her hand, and she's reading them, and she's like halfway through her routine. And who is it? Your buddy?
Monologue. Menace?
No, Ken.
Oh, Ken.
You
Ken.
have like one of your manager people, like
Right.
kind of watching you, and he's like coaxing you through it. And you see me come up. You're like, should I start over? And he's like, no, just keep going. And then you kept bitching because like you had to lick your thumb and you were stumbling. You must have stopped, broke like the code of just pushing through the monologue, and looked at me and like asked me questions probably
and
15
you like fake
times.
laughed. Oh, really? I was so nervous. Oh,
and
my
I'm
God.
like, oh no, this is going to be an unmitigated disaster on stage. I was really worried about you. Did you notice that I ran off to get booze?
Yeah, but that's why
I was trying to get you to
drinking?
relax. No, I wanted you to relax.
Oh, you got me booze.
But let me just say, and then to make matters worse, Dr. Drew walks in, right? And then our buddy Mike Carano and his friend, who is also an actress, walk in. So now the room's getting more crowded. Then Gary effing Busey walks in.
Gary Busey walked in. I got a picture with him.
And Drew in the green room are having this back and forth about sobriety and insanity and whatnot. And poor Em's trying to just get her monologue down. It was a surreal situation.
I forgot. See, I was like in a blackout or something. Like whatever.
But then you got up on stage. I sat in the back corner of the room and just watched. And you went up there and like you acted as though you had been doing that monologue for 3 months. You
really?
killed it.
I killed it. Thank you. I felt like I was on. Well, because I wanted to memorize it, and then I like.
Because you overstress everything. You need to settle down. You need to maybe sit on your Sybian a little more often.
I know, right? I mean, I took Wednesday off and I sat on my fucking
just sat on your
Sybian
Sybian all
long.
day?
I did. I used my intensity, my Kegel exercise, because everything got out of whack the last 2 weeks. I was so nervous because 10 years, and then
Yeah, you don't want to let people down.
I was like, I'm going to do a monologue, and then I like had, of course, I waited till last minute, and I had all these clips I wanted to edit, and then I had like a meltdown on Friday in the office. We all had meltdowns, but it ended up being, I was nervous. But I want to thank everybody who came, all of our listeners, and we're going to post it as a podcast.
Good.
So you can hear it. It's awesome. It's going to come out like January 5th or something.
What? Why the wait?
Because that's when it's coming out.
Okay.
Because you guys can
You had a
afford to hear.
listener who's the Marine
Dude, Jamal.
Corps or something?
Oh, my God.
Corps?
Jamal, okay, that was crazy. That was surreal. He
drove up from San Diego. He was dressed like he was getting married.
Oh, my God. He's so handsome. Mm-hmm. Jamal, hi, sweetie. So we're sitting there, right? And the funny thing is, I totally prepped for, I was really focused on this monologue because I wanted to tell my story. Which was interesting because a lot of my friends who've known me forever were like, I didn't know all that crap. But anyway, that was fun. And then I didn't know what the hell I was going to have for the podcast, which is fine because you and Menace were there and Drew. It was awesome. And then Madison, producer, hands me like questions from the audience. And I read it, and it's from Jamal. And it's like handwritten. At first I'm thinking...
he's a long-time listener.
Long-time listener. And he's serving like in the military for so long. And he'd been writing
it might not be
from
Marine.
abroad.
It might be, I apologize. It might be the Air Force or
the
Navy down there in San Diego.
Yep.
I'm going to guess Navy.
No, but he was like he was writing us from like Iraq.
He knew Menace. He didn't say hello to me, so I disliked him immediately.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't heard from him for years. I mean, I hear from him every now and then, but he used to write every week for years. And I looked down. I'm like, Jamal, are you here? And he came up on stage, and you can check it out on Twitter or Sex Family. I know.
Yeah, because he came up and gave this testimonial about how much he
now
loves.
I'm blocking. Yeah, he loved the show.
How much he loved your show, and how like he drove up from San Diego, and it was like, if I was sitting in the audience, I would think it was 50-50 chance that you had planted him.
But you could tell in my face that out of all my listeners, and I love you all, like he's someone like, he served to help him get through like his time serving.
He was giving great stories about how he was listening like while he was in Afghanistan and how he was having his friends listen to it. Like the other guys in his platoon were listening to
my
the Sex
jaw
Family.
dropped when he was on stage.
It was perfect. It was great.
It was a great night. Thank you for everything. And thank you everyone for supporting the show. It was an amazing night. It was like a mini little wedding kind of, except for
it was fun. Yes.
So thanks for that.
11-year anniversary next?
God, no.
Let's
20.
do it.
But I think it's fun doing that live. Like, we should do another live Just Sex with Emily show at the Improv.
Why not? Yeah, it's good.
But have it be chill. You know what I mean? Just like chill out. Like I was tonight.
No monologues.
Oh, God.
No freaking out about anything, Em?
I told that story this week, though, in the office, how you were. I didn't know that whole part of it, that That you were just like came downstairs, because Madison told me that you came down. And you're like, she's not doing well.
I didn't tell her that.
Oh, you
That's
didn't?
That's bullshit. Madison, what are you lying for?
Or someone. I thought
would
she
never
said
ever
that.
do that to you.
Okay, maybe
Ever.
I turned it around, but it was just like you guys were worried about me because Menace was just like Menace is not comforting. He's just looking at me.
Menace was just on his phone the whole time while
Yeah.
Emily was doing her monologue upstairs in the green room.
Oh my god, because
he was just on his phone playing like Tetris or something.
But I can't wait for you guys to get that podcast. It'll be fun. So thank you. And we also had our T-shirts, which you guys can buy too. I had sex with Emily, and all I got was his T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the other thing is, and everyone in the audience got free tickets to the Sexual Health Expo, and I'm giving away tickets to that Sexual Health Expo, which is January 16th and 17th in Los Angeles. I will be there. I'm hosting it. And you can go to sexualhealthexpo.com for more information. You've heard me talk about it for a year now because we've done it in 4 cities, and it just keeps getting better and better. The leading sex educators are there in the world, and they're teaching workshops. Plus, there's like the latest and greatest toys, meet like-minded people. Check it out. Free tickets, feedback at sexwithemily.com. Just tell me why you want to go.
Bang.
Why you want to go. Do it. What else, Anderson? That is what's going on.
Cool.
I'm good. I've been exhausted all week, but that takes it out of you. It was like a wedding. Were you like tired?
Was
after
I
your
hard on you at all up there? I felt you were giving me some looks a couple times.
No.
Like, what are you doing? Why are you
You were
saying
so
this?
good.
Why are you saying that? You were giving me
you
like
brought
big
up my
sister
landlord.
looks.
My landlord,
Your landlord
was
was
there.
her Russian Jewish landlord. Not only was he there, but he brought his entire fucking family. It was
I know.
awesome.
It was awesome.
It was great.
But not the father. The father wasn't there, but the son was there. Yes.
The son was there, and
but
they were very
he's
into
my
it.
direct. Like he lives right.
He's the one
back
that
of
checks
me,
in on you
in front
and
of me.
stuff.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome. Eugene and his sister, and they were so cute. I mean, and I'd seen him earlier that day because I never talked to him, but the last week they were like talking to me, and then they had seen the show on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, you follow me on Facebook? You know what I do? Come." So that was funny.
Come.
You were awesome.
Your housekeeper was not there.
No,
I just retold old embarrassing stories of yourself. I told a
How I'm
couple
always in the
clunkers
bag.
probably.
No.
I was trying to see the future of sex, and I was talking to Jamal. Is that his name?
yeah, I was.
I suggested that we should have like in the future there might be a Sibian for a long distance relationship that you could actually drone into your long distance relationship girlfriend. That kind of fell on deaf ears. No one really understood what I was getting at there.
But some people asked what a Sibian was, which still I can't remember. My
How
friend.
do people not? Have you named it yet?
No, we're doing a contest right now.
Don't name it Stanley. That's
the
all I ask.
Wait,
Please.
I was going to ask you to bring Stanley to the dog tonight because I really miss him, and I
Stanley
just
the dog. I couldn't because I was in Disneyland all day.
Why?
I've been at Disneyland all freaking day.
Why?
Because I had like 9 hours of stuff that I had to listen to, and I'm like, I'm going to do it while exercising, while walking around Disneyland. So I
Shut
went and I walked
up.
9 miles at Disneyland and listened to 9 hours of stuff that I had to take notes on.
no
Hell on earth.
You did that today.
Today. Yeah, my feet are throbbing. Dogs
Why
are barking.
Disney World? Because there's just so much
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Have you
Sorry.
been? I can't picture you at Disneyland.
Yeah, I went in college, but Disney World is where we went because in
No,
Florida
Disneyland's
growing
out
up.
here,
No,
Anaheim,
I get the difference.
Los Angeles.
But growing up, we went to the one in Florida because it was closer.
The wife's birthday just happened, and I took her to Disneyland, and the price, I'm not going to get into it, but the prices are so effing high now that you have to get a season pass to make it worthwhile. It was $158 for one ticket.
Shut up.
Or
Who
$650
can
for
afford
two
that?
tickets for the year. So I'm going to make it work.
Can I go? I want to go with you. I haven't been in
But
years.
I can't use you don't look like my wife, so you'd have to pay the $158 to get in.
I'll just go with you and walk
And then you
around.
can walk around.
Is it fun though? Like I feel like
It is when it's not packed with hordes, and that I've been there twice now. This in the last 7 days, packed with hordes
Just
of
kids,
people.
right?
Adults, a lot of really sad adults that are very heavy with Mickey Mouse ears.
That seems happy though. Why do
because
you
they're
think they're
escaping
sad?
life. They're sad people.
But why not escape at Disneyland for a day?
All they do is
You did it?
eat and
You
go
went there
around
to
in the
cheer yourself up?
Rascals.
Yeah, they're eating like corn dogs.
So many of them are on Rascals.
What's Rascals?
They're like the wheelchairs for fat people.
Okay, but you know what? At least they're at Disneyland.
It was
They got
nice. A
things
couple
out
times
there.
I'm like, oh my God, you're a lucky dude. You're at Disneyland right now.
Yeah, dude, it
Wandering
could be
around
worse.
by yourself.
Like maybe you could be at home just eating by yourself, or you're there eating, Slurpees and corn dogs.
They got a little land called Toontown, which I've never been to before, and I found myself wandering around there, and I'm like, this is not cool. You're by yourself. You're a grown man. You're wandering
Did you
around
go on any rides?
with earbuds in your head. This does not look good for you to be wandering around Toontown by yourself. Anderson, get out.
Anderson, yeah, that's right. You could look like a creeper.
I went on a few rides.
Did you? I really want to go.
It was kind of weird. I've never been to Disneyland by myself before.
No, see, that's the saddest thing of everything you just said, that you were there alone.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
But you seem kind of okay right now, so maybe it was good for you.
My dogs are barking.
I really want,
Okay, we'll go.
Okay,
In the new year.
Okay, promise? Don't make promises you can't keep, but I will go with you because I would love to. So, I would. I haven't been there. No, I have been there in college when we used to come out for the Rose Bowl because my school Michigan played in the Rose Bowl. So
I can't picture you standing in the line and being okay. I can't do it. I can't see that.
I can't even stand in line for a drink. I was
know.
at a bar last night.
It took me 20 minutes to stand in line to get into California Adventure, the other side of the park. 20 minutes just to get into the park.
And I don't do lines for
Just to
brunch.
get in.
That's worse. That's terrible.
Horse.
Now I'm never going. So let's cancel those plans.
It gets really empty, though, like in late January, February. Getting sex in the news?
I do. I have a really good one that I found this very interesting since we're all texting these days. Study proves only jerks end their texts with a period.
What?
Yeah, with punctuation. Ready?
Wait.
With a period, mostly.
You're not supposed to put period? You just hit space twice, period.
Well, check your text. Ready? Here we go. What if you texted a friend asking if they wanted to get drinks after work and they responded, "Sorry, I'm busy," period? Now, imagine instead they responded, "Sorry, I'm busy," exclamation point. That exclamation point, a simple one key change, makes a huge difference in determining whether your friend's being a dick.
No.
That's because only jerks or the non-digitally adept end their text messages with periods.
No.
Dude,
Fuck
it's a
this
study.
Fuck it.
A new study from researchers at Binghamton University confirms our long-held suspicion that ending text messages with periods can make your messages come off as kind of mean.
What?
When people use periods in text, the study found they're perceived as being less sincere, officially making periods the K of punctuation. K, like K?
Oh,
I think that's what I mean, like K.
I thought it meant a third of KKK.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I think it's like K.
All right.
Texting is lacking many of the social cues used in actual face-to-face conversations, said this professor in a statement. And according to the Washington Post, when speaking, people easily convey social and emotional information with an eye gaze, facial expressions.
Right.
I'm looking at Anderson
Em
now.
just gave me an eye gaze.
Tone of voice, pauses, and so on. People obviously can't use these mechanisms when they're texting. Thus, it makes sense that texters rely on what they have available. Emoticons, deliberate misspellings that mimic speech sounds, and according to our data, punctuation. To avoid confusion, just stick to communicating entirely in emoji. So then I started going through my texts today. I was like, no way. Like they gave this to me in the office to like Sex and the News. I always pick like which ones I want. I was like, this is awesome. And I realized like there's someone I do business with that I'm not happy with, that I don't do. And I was like, oh my God, he always ended in periods.
Well, I end everything in periods. I hate exclamation marks.
Wait, the last text you sent me, which was 20 minutes ago.
I called you a loser, and there was no exclamation mark.
No, there was a period.
Yeah, I only
so
use
I
periods.
was late, and
you were 5 minutes.
Anderson
Don't
said,
ever call me menace. And you were 5 minutes late, and I called you a loser. I was joking
Anderson
around.
goes, such a loser, period.
Listen, if I see exclamation mark, all I do is periods. If I see exclamation mark in my head, like, sorry, I'm busy, period, or sorry, I'm busy, I read it with the exclamation mark. I don't speak well, actually, I speak a lot in exclamation marks, but I feel like, sorry, I'm busy with an exclamation mark is like, that's a dick move.
Yeah, but I'm like, well,
that's
I don't
aggressive.
know.
You know what I mean?
But
Brimington or whatever the name of the school is.
I would say, oh, I love to. So sorry, but I see what I do. I overuse the XXOO, even in a people.
Here's the dick move. You write, yeah, busy, sorry, period.
Right. That's true. But I just
exclamation mark is an aggressive attack.
Well, they're just saying it's better than a period. Like, sorry, busy. No, I think that's a bad example.
When I get emails from professionals and they put exclamation marks at the end of it, I'm like, oh, this person.
I use them way too much.
Oh, do you
I
use
shouldn't
smiley
email
faces and whatnot?
Not in emails with people, but I do a lot of exclamation points, way too many.
Yes.
And I use way too many XXOs. In fact, the other day I was writing a friend a thank you for something, and I'm like, XXOO. And then by mistake, I sent it to, it's a long story, this guy that I didn't know.
Right.
Who was helping me with the dress I wanted to wear that night, and I didn't know him. He's a tailor. I'm like, thank you, love you, XXO. And
he's probably gay. It's okay.
He was gay,
yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know you well enough to use XO, and then he did LOL.
There's a whole Seinfeld episode.
LOL.
There's a whole Seinfeld episode. LOL's the worst too. Don't get me started. But there's a whole Seinfeld episode about exclamation marks and using them too much, and Elaine and her boyfriend are having massive issues in the relationship.
This is before texting, though.
Because but they write notes to each other and left notes. And I
love this because it's so timely. It's so dated, but yet not. Because
I think that. Like when I see people leave notes around offices and stuff, and if there's a note on the like vending machine, and it's like, this machine takes won't give you change and you'll lose 20 cents! Exclamation mark. I'm like, what? Really? Does that deserve an exclamation mark? You know what I mean?
I use them all the time. Do you hate me? Do you hate my text? I do XOs too. But is that inappropriate? Like if your wife saw it, she'd be like, oh, because I just do it to everyone.
She might, yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I won't
Probably
do it anymore.
not.
Okay, so everyone just chill. But here's the funny thing: is the whole science of texting. What?
I'm looking at your text, and there's a lot of punctuation.
Is there? To you, what do they say?
Not that bad, actually. Yes, please. No exclamation mark. Yes, thank you so much. Anderson, all capitals. 4 exclamation marks.
Wait, dude, every time I write
That's
your
a good
name,
idea. Happy face.
See?
But not the emoticon. It's like the actual little
I
like
don't
colon.
use it's too
No.
hard. Too many steps to the emoticon.
Okay.
But every time I email you for some reason, Anderson's all caps. I'll go, Anderson, and it's all caps.
Just caps out.
I don't know why.
All right. I think that's a millennial thing. And I would think that a lot of your listeners hopefully agree with me that use of the exclamation mark is getting a little out of hand.
It's better than the period, apparently. Okay,
And I
it's a
hate
study.
movies with titles in the movies with any kind of punctuation in there. You know what I mean? Like,
You'd
oh,
rather-
God! Exclamation mark. It's like, nah, come on.
But I never want to use them again.
That's just me.
I'm a people pleaser, and I'm like, God forbid someone's mad at me and misreads a text, so I just overdo the emojis and emoticons. I'm just gonna be me. It's all
Just
about being
leave
me in the
voice-
11th year.
Voice text. You can do that, right? You can like voice memo and then send it as
Do
a
you
text.
ever send a voice memo by
By
mistake to someone?
Yeah.
I hate the iPhone when it does that.
I know.
To the most inappropriate people.
Yeah.
Or you FaceTime the most inappropriate people, like ex-boyfriends that I have to delete them.
I've never done that.
Okay, but you don't have an ex-boyfriend. Okay, so this is a great story too. Since you love Sex in the News, this woman, the woman who refuses to have sex with her husband just to make him happy. A 30-year-old mother has revealed that she refuses to have sex with her husband until she learns how to enjoy physical intimacy for herself because she spent years treating herself like a sexual object at her past partner's disposal. Brittany de la Cretas,
Nailed it.
a writer from Boston, says she used to participate in various sexual acts with partners and act like a porn star in the bedroom because she thought that was what men wanted, and she didn't know how she could say no. Growing up in a world that tells women that we are sexual objects, that wants us to know that our worth lies in how attractive we are to men, she wrote in an essay for Cosmopolitan.com, I internalized those messages. I learned to see my value being measured by how many men wanted to sleep with me. And this is very common. Like, we want affirmation from men. I think this is a great story. And while many men would be uncomfortable with their wives swearing off sex, Brittany says her husband loves her and supports her 100%. She explains that in the past she used sex as a way to make people like her. She did to squash arguments with her partner and even score drugs. I spent my entire life having sex for other people, and she recalled feeling pressure of anal sex and crying. And she said this person, he was really sexy and he cared for her and she believed him. And she says that she kept, okay, whatever. She says, I'm sick of the message that society tells us and that we should do it for our husbands to make them happy because she was having sex with her husband once a week. And she said her husband also wants to be a sexual partner who is an active, invested participant. So listen to this, Anderson. He is helping her develop the boundaries that she lacked in previous relationships. She's admitting that it's not always easy. And instead she confessed what happened and learned that her husband understood and wasn't even mad. Like, she's not having orgasms and all that. So now she's just taking sex off the table. She's learning her own body. She should probably buy a Sybian and then they'll be right back at it. And she hopes one day she'll desire sex for herself. And she's unwilling to give her body away to anyone. And she said, I won't have sex once per week for my husband because it's good for our relationship, in quotes. How do you feel about quotes? We'll have sex when we both want to. And our relationship is actually stronger than it's ever been.
Where is this from?
This is from, well, she wrote it in Cosmopolitan, but it was covered somewhere else.
First of all, her poor husband. That poor guy.
He's super supportive.
Yeah, I know, but he's like making only sacrifices that she's never made for anyone in the past. And he's like giving up sex. He's not having sex with her anymore so she can learn from her past horrific behavior with past partners.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not going to blow you or let you do anything to me, honey, because we're working on boundaries now.
Let me just tell you this. I'm not saying that you need to stop having sex with your partner, but take a look in the mirror right now. This is for the ladies listening. Are you having sex either with a one-night stand, someone you're dating, your husband, whatever, just to please him because he wants to, but you're not getting any pleasure out of it? And if that's the case, then it's time to take matters into your own hands and reevaluate and do some self-loving of your own. Make some time for yourself in the new year. 2016 is all about you, do you. Figure out how to make yourself orgasm and what makes you feel good, how to get your desire, if you've low libido. We talk about this a lot. Figure out how to get it back up there. I like this message. I'm not saying stop banging your partner. I'm saying
she
it's
sounds
a good
like
message.
she's like just a party, though. She's got some issues, this one.
Who doesn't have issues?
I mean, she trading sex for drugs? I mean, that's not just
That
your
was
one in
before
the
the
mill.
husband.
Uh-huh.
This
hasn't
this is an
traded
extreme.
sex
I'm
for
saying I like the message that a lot of women, in fact, I just hung up on the way here. I was talking to a friend and same thing. She was like, had sex with this guy. He didn't call and now she feels rejected.
Do your
but
friends
she
call
just
you
did
up for advice?
Is
that what you're dealing with on the way here?
every day.
Yeah.
I have logged I talked to a friend for 2.5 hours on Wednesday who's going through crisis.
You gonna bill him?
Dude, I should.
You should.
I had my day off and I talked to her.
Were you
I'm the
sitting
one.
on your Sybian while you were dispensing
Well,
advice?
yeah, of course.
Yes.
Now I was using my intensity, my little Kegel exerciser, which I'm obsessed with. I do. I actually, right before I came here, this is not why I was late, but the intensity, my Pour Moi, it's that thing that does your Kegels for you. I'm obsessed with doing it literally every day because it helps. Let's just say that. And strengthens my pelvic muscles. But I was talking to my best friend in Charlotte, and I was like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm
She's
like,
a vet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you meet her?
No, I talked to her on the phone briefly.
Oh, about Stanley?
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yes.
But I was like, yeah, I'm doing my Kegels. She's like, okay.
No,
great.
it was about the rat. Remember I had the rat? My cat dragged in a half-dead rat.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, my cat brought in a parrot the other day.
A dead parrot?
A dead parrot.
Oh.
Like a foot-tall dead pet
Was
parrot.
it so upset? Was you okay?
It's still in my garage. I can't put it in the trash.
Can
I'm
your
gonna
wife do
bury it.
stuff like this?
What?
Deal with the dead stuff, the animals?
She does
Neither
it
one of
much
you.
better than I do.
That's good. That's not your thing.
The fucking cat brings in a parrot. It's a pet.
Do you think your cat killed the parrot?
See, there should have been an exclamation mark there. It's a pet.
But we got it because we're talking. I'm looking at you.
I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with sex. It is sad.
We're going to move into sex, though.
Parrot death.
This is what I want to talk about right now. Before we get into your emails, I would like you guys to think about stress and the holidays.
I'm sorry. Let's
If
come
your
back for
cat
1
brings
second.
in a dead rat.
The cat brought in a half-dead rat many months ago, and I corralled the rat, and it was cute, and I felt bad for it. It was a tree rat, and I tried to nurse it back to health, and I remember you're like, oh my God, my friend's a vet. We'll call her.
Did she help?
And we talked to your friend, and she's like, it's a rat. You're not really going to find any help or any place that's going to take it. It's a rat.
That's how you just love
That's
animals.
how I met her, though. That's how I met your
You're
friend. That's why I
you're
remember.
such an animal rights,
I'm not
person.
really, but
No,
when
you are, but
when
you
it's
just love
personal,
animals.
when I come across
I love
something,
that we
yes.
called. I don't even remember that, but I'm like Charlotte.
I'm like
every
Emily,
time.
she's not going to do anything with the rat, and she said exactly that. Yeah, there's nothing that can be done for this rat. The rat died 4 days later.
But she works at like a
Natural causes.
nonprofit vet place in called Pets in Need in the Bay Area. If you need a pet, do not adopt. I mean, do not buy a pet. Adopt.
Absolutely, of
21 million
Yes.
pets a year.
Absolutely, exclamation mark. Yes.
What?
I'm
Need
just saying,
homes?
absolutely.
I'm gonna
yeah.
get a new dog.
You keep saying that, and you keep threatening. I'm just picturing a rat sanctuary somewhere where just all of the injured rats get to go live on a farm somewhere.
There should be maybe.
There shouldn't be.
Even Charlotte was like, "Sorry, dude, you got to kill the rat." Whatever happened to the rat?
It died of like internal bleeding probably like 3 days later in the little mouse cage that I had.
I would never. I'm sorry. I'm a really good person, but I would have been like, just get that rat out
The
of my
wife was
eyesight.
not pleased. She's like, it could have the plague.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the holidays. Are you feeling more stressed over the holidays? You seem like it.
Everyone is, yeah.
Well, it's whether you're single or in a relationship, they can be very, very stressful.
I haven't even
Lots
begun.
of people break up.
Yeah.
You're not doing that.
No.
And there's more proposal ultimatums. Marry me or we're done.
Really?
Yeah, over the holidays.
Because they got to go see the family, and like the family's
Yeah, they're
going to
like,
probably
am I
start
going to have you
hammering
meet the
them.
family?
Yeah.
My family told me years ago, unless you're marrying him, we don't want to meet him.
Oh, that's
and I
a
was
good one.
like,
I like
I'm
that.
never getting married. So then they don't want to meet anyone.
Well, they got sick of meeting new dudes all the time too.
Well, here's the thing. This is my problem is that they only met like 4. But they're all with the same people. So to them, they were like, really?
Oh, your family's all
Yeah,
the
my
same
mom's
people.
still
They
married, my
all have
stepdad, my brother
constants.
was still married to his wife for 20 years, but
And
not
then
anymore.
Em always brings the option or the variable.
Yeah, stop
Yeah.
doing that. But I'm like, I'm never getting married. They're like, guess we'll never meet someone. But I did date a lot of guys where I had to go to the families and get them presents and run around, which I always hated. I did. It's stressful meeting people's meeting the family, meeting the parents, what to get them. It's financially straining. Taxes are coming up, right?
What? What are you doing, Em?
What?
You're making everyone's like private parts shrivel inward.
Well, no, I'm going to tell people why it's important
Holidays
to
and
prioritize your-
taxes? We can't talk about that in the same sentence.
This is what I'm saying. This is what stresses people out. So it's important to prioritize your sex life even during the holidays because you need it. Like tonight,
Okay.
I had like a half hour in between the office and here, and I did my little Kegel thing, and then I masturbated because that relaxes me.
Okay. All right.
And I shook her hand when I got here.
Jesus.
So
true.
prioritize your sex life. For a lot of people, it can be emotionally charged time, especially if you're single. But the holidays, just take this moment. This is just my public service announcement. Appreciate what you have. Think about the people in your life that you love. If you're alone at the holidays, make sure that you make plans with your friends. And think about this. If you're single, You don't have to buy anyone anything. So take that money you'd spend on someone else and buy something for yourself, right? And think about the things that make you feel nurtured and treat yourself. Why are you laughing?
I'm just thinking of the positive spin. Hey, your wife just died. Hey, here's the upside. Don't have to buy her a
Don't buy a
present.
birthday present. Exactly. Buy something else. And if you're in a relationship, couples have their own stress, right, Anderson?
Yes.
There's added stress. And are you being intimate? It's not even, people think that sex and intimacy are the same. They're not. You can bang, roll over, fall asleep, order pizza, and not have any intimacy. So it's important to spend time together without distractions, cuddling, massaging, remembering to connect, because we all get so caught up. So if this starts happening, realize that's happening in your relationship. And instead of focusing on like resentments in your partner, this is a really good time of year to think, you know what, for this next few weeks, I'm just going to, now this is going to sound really like,
Oh, no.
self-helpish, whatever, but it works. Say, you know what, until December 31st, maybe you want to go longer, I'm going to think about the positive things with my partner that I like about them. Yes, it's annoying that they bring home dead rats and make me kill them, make me pull them away.
I never made my wife kill anything.
Whatever it is, but I love that he is so loving and thinks about me and brings me dinner or whatever. And just try to focus on the things that you love.
Yes.
There is a silver lining. And if you're single, we all do negative self-talk like I did 3 minutes before the show. What was I saying? I hate myself.
Oh, yeah. She was
But I
just sitting
didn't
over there
mean
muttering as she was like, we weren't even talking. I was just hearing like little fireworks going off. Like, fuck, I hate myself. Everything sucks.
But I don't really mean it. Here I am. I love myself. I just did that, but
It's like
it's
you need
so
to get
negative.
the negative out or something.
I need to get out. Like Tourette's.
It's like stop and smell the flowers. Stop and watch the twinkle of the season, because we all look back on it like with fond memories.
Fondly.
We always look back on it, but
Saint Nick.
and with me nowadays, because I'm getting older, like I don't know, you might be on the same page, but like they seem to come and go so quick that it's like you just got to get through it and make sure that you meet all your deadlines. And then be
And
done
that's
with
over.
it, and
Right.
then it's over.
It's like
But
everything.
Stop and just like I was trying to do that just tonight at that Disneyland place. I was like, just take it in. Like, just look at the pretty lights and whatnot, and try and enjoy it instead
Yeah,
of
but
being
you
that
led
mad
with the
about
fat
this
people.
horrible person, the family of 9 in front of me that they should be in school. Why were they not in school today?
See, that's good. Even if you can have a moment of it, and the more that you do focusing on the positive, when you do that, when you practice
Yes,
slowing down, like I'm going to do now. I'm going to talk
it
really
wears
slow.
off on you, right?
Yeah, you start to focus on the positive. You turn it around. You don't even realize you're doing it. And you can relieve your own stress also when it feels good to give to others. So just attend to the needs of people you love. It feels really good. So happy holidays and be stress-free.
And the people that like you have to see in your building that you might not really like, but just try and be like
Smile.
positive. I used to do this trick. I'm going to share this with you real quick, Em. I would pretend that someone was dead. Like I'd see them and I'd be like, oh God, I'm getting out of my car. I'm going to the elevator. I realize I'm going to have to talk to this person. And then I would pretend that they were dead, and I'd be sad that I'm never going to see them again. And I'm like, wait, but no, they're not dead. And then it would like put everything in perspective, and I would actually appreciate them. A little drastic, but it's a trick that I used a
Dude,
lot.
that is a really good one.
I used it a lot when I lived in a big complex with a lot of people. It worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the people you didn't like, you'd be like, but if they were dead, I'd be sad.
But yeah, as soon as, even if people you don't like when they pass away, it's like heart wrenching. You know what I mean?
You know what? Can I tell you something that is so true? I do this thing a lot where I see people I know, especially in San Francisco. It doesn't happen as much here because I don't know as many people. It's a smaller town. But I would see people, and my first instinct was to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, nope, I don't want to say hi. And I was out with a friend the other night, my friend Kim, and we were at a bar, we were at a restaurant bar, and then I saw this good friend of mine. I was like, I can't deal with it now. And
Because
she's
it's
like,
a lot of energy.
she was, go say hi. And I did, and I was so glad I did that. I was like stressed out. And it's like when you talk to, and again, in this day and age, we are all so distracted on our phones. We're busy, we're rushing. It feels so, I was so happy to see her, and it was a precious moment. So force yourself to do things that you would normally do.
Yes.
Okay. So now we'll get into some emails from the listeners. But first, what I need to tell you about is super important.
What is that?
Super important.
But it has to do with sex.
Well, it has to do with your penis, Anderson.
No.
Yep. And your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Has your self-loving felt lackluster lately, Anderson?
Is there a Star Wars
Are
version
you
of
looking
Fleshlight
for a
yet?
way to mix up your master? What?
Is there a Star Wars licensing Fleshlight yet?
No.
Because I feel like Star Wars is on everything, and I could see like a Darth Vader flashlight or
That is such a good idea. Maybe there is.
Mm-hmm.
I should talk to him about it. Fleshlight, #1 sex toy for men.
You could bang the Death Star.
You could bang the Death Star. That is the best idea. I'll talk to Brian, the owner, tomorrow. The fleshlight, it is kind of amazing. If you could think about this. You have your hand, and you sometimes have a vagina or an anus to put it into.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you could feel the pleasure of having sex anytime, even when you don't have a partner? The fleshlight makes this dream come true. It's a masturbation sleeve. use solo or with a partner. It simulates the sensations of real sex and engineered to look and feel like the real deal. And now they have the Fleshlight Quick Shot, and it's amazing. It looks like a camera lens. It's smaller, and it's your hand job helper. Madison wrote a great blog on our website that's called, like, she hates giving hand jobs, and it's all about this quick shot. It's like if you hate giving blowjobs, or you just, let's just say you want a hand.
Right.
Giving a blowjob or a hand job, the quick shot is your quick shot.
If you want a hand.
It helps you out. So check it out. Go to sexwithemily.com.
Kong.
Click on the Fleshlight banner and use code Emily, and you get a free bottle of their award-winning Flesh Lube.
It's a great gift for your boyfriends or husbands,
stocking
ladies.
stuffer.
Especially
Stuck his stuffing, and then
if he's after you all the time and you want a little time to watch the Kardashians or whatnot.
You can just sit and give him a hand job with one hand and be flipping channels with the
I don't know
other.
if you should quite get to that point of casual intimacy. Yeah. I don't know.
What if you cuddle after? I love cuddling. God, I love it. Okay. Hi, Emily. Oh, so thank you for emailing me.
Moving on to the
We're moving on.
emails.
I just had to tell you about your penis. Feedback@sexwithemily.com. Thank you for emailing me. Thank you for telling me where you're from, your name, how old you are, how you listen.
Your sex.
Hey, Emily. I'm looking for a new vibrator for my wife around the $100 range and was considering the Lelo Nia 2, but can't find much in the way of reviews on it. So far, she's just been using one of those cheap, hard plastic, loud G-spot type vibrators, but using it as a clitoral vibe. Do you have any other recommendations around that price range? Jason. Okay, Jason, this is a great question. I actually did some research for you today, and because in my mind, I'm like, okay, what are the price ranges? And luckily for you, one of my very favorites toys that I discovered this year, that came out this year, is the WeVibe Touch. It's an amazing clitoral vibe. It's like fits in the palm of your hand, and it's $99. You can go to goodvibes.com or click on the banner on my site, and you get an extra discount, I believe, with code Emily. My Lori, who works with me, she'd never had a multiple orgasm, and this one gave her multiple O's. It is rechargeable, waterproof, and it's just go to their website and check it out. It actually is it's like my go-to clitoral vibe now.
Good
It
reviews?
might even be replacing the Mimi.
Wow. That
Yeah.
says a lot.
I know. Also, I'd recommend the Ooh by Jeju, although Jeju makes the Mimi, but the Ooh, OOH, is their new line. Brand new, just came out like last month. For $99, you can get, so what it does is it's very smart. It does a motor, and it has two pop tops, right? So you can make it into a cock ring, pop it off, and then make it into like the Mimi little pebble thing. So you can make it two different kind of vibes in one. Get it? Motor
Right.
comes off, put the silicone thing on top,
Bang.
pop it
Yes.
off, pop it off. So check out those.
It's like a reversible almost.
Like a what?
Like a reversible jacket or something. It's got a
Totally.
couple different,
Twofer.
Yeah.
All right, so those are great options. The WeVibe Touch or the Ooh by Jeju. Good
You know
luck,
what you gotta
Jason.
do?
What?
Next year. You need to make a Christmas card, right?
I was going
Of
to.
you and like just like with your sex toys just dangling around you. Like
like
that's your
Christmas tree
family.
or something?
Or like those your kids, like your husband and your family. But it's the sex toys. And then you send that out to like your friends and your family, your parents,
That'd
your
be
mom.
so funny. I could
would
even
be.
dress them up and stuff.
We're sitting on the Sibian, which is like get a little bow on
Drinking
it
some
or something.
eggnog with a hat.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
like that's because people this time of year you get the Christmas cards from like people you haven't seen in
Do
years.
people still do Christmas cards?
I get one from an ex-girlfriend that I haven't seen in 15, 20 years.
Really?
With her husband and her kids. The kids are like almost growing now. I'm like, what?
I know,
When are these
isn't
going
it
to stop
weird?
coming? They continue to come. But you need to have one with like your Jeju and another pebble.
Is that kind of sad?
Yeah, it's a little sad. But
What's
it's you.
sadder, me with all my sex toys at Christmas dinner,
You own it.
or the person at Disneyland eating the Cinnabon?
On the rascal? With the
I don't know.
With the
No,
Mickey
that's not
Mouse
sad.
ears?
I
No,
actually, my
that's real
toys make
sad.
me super happy. So, but it's funny. I think I'm going to do that. One more thing
Yes.
for you, Jason, not you. No matter what toy, look for body safe materials, not porous, gummy, or solid plastic. You want high quality silicone, and those are the two I gave you. Are all those things under $100? Okay,
Nice.
next topic: being the other woman in an extramarital affair.
Ooh.
Hey, Emily, I love your show. I can't remember how I found it, but I listen through iTunes. I'm 44 and I live in Florida. I need advice. I'm having an affair with a married man for the past 5 months. The sex is amazing and I'm really in love with him. He says he loves me. The problem is I hate having the affair. I hate how it makes me feel. I feel used. I hate that we can't be together and have a legitimate relationship. It's a dead end. I want out, but every time I try to end it, my heart just breaks. He's everything I want, and the thought of someone else pales in comparison. Any suggestions, please? Thank you, Sarah.
Yikes.
Okay, Sarah, first of all, any relationship's going to feel amazing in the first 6 months, typically. If it doesn't, then you should get out because that's like the get out of jail free card. That's like the good times, right? 6 months. And especially with this situation, there's a danger factor, right? There's the like unknown, like it's like secretive. You can only see him. And when you can see him, it's probably just about sex in a hotel room.
Forbidden fruit.
And he probably worships you. It's forbidden fruit, exactly. He worships you. You're probably really different than his wife. You're the escape plan. These are all legitimate feelings totally for you to be having, Sarah. I get it. And you're feeling conflicting emotions. Affairs are hot. But the thing is, they can be. You meet in hotels, you're passionate, but they don't end well. You're right. And you feel dead inside. And it's a dead-end relationship. And it's not going anywhere. And he won't leave you for his wife. They all say that.
Right.
You have to do the leaving. It's always hard to end a relationship, even when things, especially when things are going well. Even if you're in a regular relationship, always. Yeah. And especially when it's going well. Like if you ever had to end a relationship with someone where you're like, things are good, but there's a fatal flaw. Like my mom, remember she was on the show and she was talking about like fatal flaws.
Yes.
There's always something, and you got to end it, but it's going to be hard. So what I recommend, Sarah, is
It's gonna be good for your soul, though.
So good for your soul. This is the best move. Surround yourself with friends, make a lot of plans, stick with them. And I would have some come over and help you make a dating profile online. And you're like, I'm not going to date. No, but listen, do it. You don't have to go on Tinder if you're like against that. If everyone's like, oh, Tinder is a hookup app. Go on Match. Go on. There's one called Bumble that's
Plenty
actually
of fish.
Like Tinder, but you choose, the women choose. There's so many options. So have them help you build a dating profile. Commit to going on one date a week, even if you don't want to. Because here's the truth, Sarah.
With somebody that's not
married,
yeah.
She's in a great place for dating because when you are in a good, like when you're in a place where someone's making you feel really sexy and confident and alive, and she's having amazing sex right now.
She's probably the younger lady in the relationship too.
What?
She's probably the younger lady too. I would assume this guy's probably a little older, and he looks at her like she's like the young hot.
Oh, everything.
And
he
she's
worships
44.
her.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. So he's probably like, oh yeah, he's probably like showering her with gifts. Who knows? But you got to like do things that make you interact with members of the opposite sex because you're just like, he's the best. You got to knock this guy off the pedestal. He's having an affair, and he's not the only person for you.
Yeah,
and I know we feel that way.
For sure.
We feel that way when we're in this position. We're like, he's the only one. I'll never find anyone else. But you're 44, Sarah. I'm sure you've been in relationships, and I'm sure you've thought that. I mean, we've all ended relationships thought it'll never happen again, but you know that it will. And the sooner that you end this, the more likely you are to find someone. So just go out, start mingling with friends, date online, and you will keep an open mind. But I know that ending it isn't easy, but you got to do it.
There's plenty of people out there, plenty of dudes.
Plenty of fishies in the sea.
I hate to be judgmental, but what's going on with Sarah? She's 44. It sounds like she's never been married. Maybe she has been, but she didn't put that down. So she's 44, not married, never been married, and she's only dating guys that are not available, a bit unavailable men. It sounds like maybe a little therapy might be in order as well.
Maybe if you really think he's the one.
Finding unavailable dudes over and over and over again, if I had to guess. I bet this is not the first unavailable guy she has found herself.
It might be a pattern.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. And if you haven't had therapy yet, I believe everybody needs therapy, just like everybody needs to work out.
Yes.
Everybody needs therapy. So try that.
Not that everyone that's 44 should be married by any means. I mean, a lot of people do much better. Emily is much better off not married, I think. I think that you're going to live a more fulfilled life. Well, by yourself. I think you're independent and strong enough to be able to do that.
Me and my toys and my Sibian?
Yeah, I think you'd be good.
Do you think I could be buried next to my Sibian? Like I should buy a plot or something for all my toys? I'll be like,
I
you
think
buy
the
plots.
Sibian should be the
People
headstone.
buy like plots for their significant others,
yes.
so they can. Do you think I should just get like two on either side?
You know what? You might be looking at it cheap if you call it a landfill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want a plot. It's just a small little landfill for my.
How about my toys buried next to me? I'm like a kid with stuffed animals, but it's my toys. Charge that one.
You got creepy. You go by to visit Em like 2 weeks after she's dead. Why are we talking about this dark subject?
This is so sad.
And one of the toys is shifted, so it starts vibrating, and the ground is like vibrating as you're trying to pay your respects to Emily.
That'd be hilarious.
It's horrible.
Do you ever picture that
Christmas fodder?
Do you ever picture I'm dead before the show so you could do the show really well?
What?
Do you ever come in here going, oh, God, I hope Emily's dead? No, but you think I'm dead, so then you can be nice to me.
I like you, Em. I like you a lot. I would not do this freaking show if I didn't like you. You know that. Yeah. I have a good time doing it.
I know, we've fun.
And I get to talk about the film vault.
Do it. What's going on this week? I need to go see movies. Are you talking about Christmas movies, holiday movies?
I got one that's coming out.
Go.
I actually saw a screening of it on the Fox lot last week. It's called Joy. It's the new David O. Russell movie, and it's a true life story about the woman that created the Miracle Mop with Jennifer Lawrence. She stars as Joy. Have you not heard of this? There's billboards all over town!
I don't
Exclamation
pay
mark.
attention.
You'll see Jennifer Lawrence. She's looking up, and it just says "Joy" in giant letters. I mean,
don't
you
even see
can't go
billboards.
2 blocks without seeing "Joy," at least out here.
I'll see it
It
on the way
comes
home.
out in theaters Christmas Day. That's December 25th
Tummy.
for you Muslims and Jews. And wow, that sounded like extra aggressive, a Christian.
You're
and
so
I'm
mean.
not. I'm not even a Christian extremist
I'm
at all.
a Jew. Happy
Should I
Hanukkah.
say
Go
that?
ahead. I don't even know
I
who
haven't
you
been
are.
in church since I had to see my sister
Okay,
get
but go
married.
ahead. Joy, it's Miracle Bop.
Anyways, yeah, so Joy, I review that on the Film Vault this week, which is out now. Or It
Okay.
should be. I don't know when this gets.
Anderson has 2 awesome podcasts. The After Disaster, which you talked about me last week, which that's awesome.
It was fun
I'm
talking
kidding,
about
but
you, yes.
it's not just about me. It's about randomness and hilariousness, and it's awesome. And the Film Vault.
And the
Because you're
Film
already
Vault,
listening to podcasts, just
Film Vault.
go over there and subscribe.
Keeps you up to date with movies that are out or movies that you should go check out.
What else? So I should see that over the holidays because I plan on seeing movies. What else?
I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I just don't. It's
Nobody
not going to
believes
happen.
me.
You're not going to see movies. You're not going to go to Disneyland and wait in a line.
Can't we go? Isn't there a fast
You're going
pass
to
for
sit at
Disneyland?
home and play with your Sibian.
It's
That's
supposed
what
to
you're gonna
rain.
do.
It gets me excited. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I can just
Oh,
sit at
no.
home.
El Nino's coming. Are you going to
It's
wear
not so bad.
yourself
It's raining
out?
tonight. I might. It's
Hey,
a good
when is
workout.
this? What day is this? Today,
This
right now.
is right now. It's already the 18th.
Oh, it's the 18th?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So I'm seeing a bunch of movies. Okay. So I've got one more.
All right.
How do you feel about that?
Do it.
One more email. Okay. And that's where I'm going to find it.
If you do see a movie this year, though, I don't know how you are with squeamish and with like hard to watch subject matter.
Depends. What
But
is it? Tell
The
me.
Revenant is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Who?
And that
What?
also comes out
Tell me.
Christmas Day, at least limited. It's Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oh,
Leo DiCaprio, and Tom Hardy, who's my favorite all-time person living in acting right now. I love Tom Hardy. And it's a true life story of probably the biggest badass mountain man ever to walk the earth.
Okay. I love it.
But it's what he goes through is horrific.
Is it bloody?
It
Like,
opens up
does he
with
hurt
Native
his-
Americans shooting arrows.
Oh, I don't like bloody. Is it bloody?
Oh,
He'll
it
die.
gets bloody. There's a bear attack, like
Oh, no, I don't
nothing
wanna see
you've
it.
ever seen
No,
before.
Will you tell me
Holy
what?
shit, The
Kiss-
Revenant. The Revenant. I talk about it at length on the film.
I don't want death. I don't want blood. I don't want dead rats in my garage. Okay.
We're not moving in.
Okay, so my dear Emily, my husband and I have been married for more than 3 years and together for 7. I've never had an unaided orgasm during sex. I've always used my hands for clitoral stimulation and made the mistake of telling my husband once that an orgasm wasn't absolutely necessary for me to enjoy having
Oh,
sex
no.
with him. I still stand by that statement, but I think it's gone a bit too far. Now our sex life is mostly without significant foreplay, then sex after he Now our sex life has
No foreplay.
no significant foreplay, then sex, and after he orgasms, I'm still lying there unsatisfied. Sometimes I'll get myself out with my hands or a vibrator. Sometimes I ask for his help, which is rare. Last night, after we had sex, I was having a lot of trouble reaching orgasm to the point of frustration and crying. At no
Right.
point did he ever offer to lend a hand. In my mind, I shouldn't have to ask him to help. He should have wanted to help. And quite frankly, he seems disinterested in my reaching orgasm. Now I don't know how to reverse this course we're currently on. Can you help? Shannon, 41, Kentucky.
41 Kentucky.
Okay, Shannon, here's the deal. Men are not mind readers. In fact, many are very literal, like your husband. You told him once it's not important for you to orgasm, and he ran with it.
Slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope. Like, why wouldn't you run with it, okay? So he's like, oh, she's fine. So that's one thing. He probably doesn't know what you need or how to help you. It's always been her responsibility to orgasm. Women have to take responsibility for their own orgasms. I get why you said that, and it is true. I think for a lot of women, like, I'm fine if I don't orgasm every time. I'd say the majority of women don't every single time. But, I wouldn't get too hung up also on the unaided thing. Like, the majority of women do need more clitoral stimulation during sex. So, like, I feel like you're looking at that like this black mark, like, oh, I need to use my fingers. I need to use a vibrator. Like, who doesn't? It's so common. So it's less about the orgasm and more about him, you feel, not caring for your pleasure. And so the only way to reverse it is to tell him what you're missing right now, currently. So you need to tell him what's missing, bring back the foreplay. Anderson's not going to like this, but you could say, let's rebuild this and let's take a week of just foreplay and no sex.
That's fine.
Some massage, some oral sex. He'll get
I
some
got no problem
blowjobs.
with
He'll
that.
get some cunnilingus or some fingers, whatever you want. But you need to reconnect intimately. I have a feeling that he might not be there for you in other ways as well. That's just my hunch. So, because a lot of if you're not having a satisfying sex life, it means that you're not being intimate or connecting with your partner. So I would say spend time kissing and holding and each other and cuddling and doing all that stuff and open up the lines of communication. This is your husband. you can reverse this, but you just got to be honest. You just got to tell him what you just told me. In fact, you can play him the show. The more you're able to share with him, like your needs and your feelings and your wants and what's really going on, the better your sex life and your relationship will be.
What about this, though? Because she might be worried about feeling stupid talking about how it's been going on for a long time and ever since she said that, and he'll know that it's been kind of What if she said, hey, just recently this has been, I've been having a really hard time.
Absolutely.
And can you start doing paying a little more attention here and there because I'm having a harder time?
Yeah, I'm having my body because you know what? It's
nothing
true.
to do with you.
Our
It has to
bodies
do-
change.
yeah.
They might have kids. Our bodies change over time, and your orgasms in your 40s are different than your 30s. You've got to move different ways than your 20s, and so that's true. And the thing is, I don't know if he ever made you feel bad about using your hands or fingers, but that's fine too. And I think you just got to get him on board. And again, you can be like, you know, babe, I know I said that, and no, I still don't need one every time, but I would like your help getting there. And they make it fun, you know?
Make a
it like, it doesn't have to be this, like, we need to talk.
Because she could make a pie chart and say, like, this is before I said that. Look and see how satisfied I am and how big the pie chart is. See how there's none now after I said that? That's a problem.
Right.
There's a little slope going down.
Exactly.
Like the stocks.
A little graphic in Excel spreadsheet. So yeah, I would just talk to him about it. And I know that's easier said than done, but really, if communication is a lubrication, if you don't talk to him about it, you're not going to get what you need. This is not means for divorce on any grounds. You just need to talk about it. So good luck to you, and just do that. Like, do that now. Thank you, Shannon, for writing. Good luck. Keep me posted. And I love you, Anderson.
Do you have another?
No, that's it. We're out.
Okay.
I love you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We're also looking for social media interns in the Los Angeles, Orange County area. You can make it to Hollywood. You can be our intern. Email us feedback@sexwithemily.com with a resume and a cover letter. And thanks, everyone, for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Sex with Emily, and also Facebook.com/sex/sexwithemily. Okay, I love you all. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, you know I love my magic wand, the Cadillac of all vibrators. Well, just in time for the holidays. It's a great gift, or for yourself or anyone to put under the tree. It is now unplugged. It became rechargeable. That was a big thing for sex toys this year, when the 30-year-old magic wand became rechargeable, and you can unplug it and take it anywhere you want to go with no cord, no limits to how you can enjoy it.
Blackouts be damned.
And the rechargeable wand is just every bit as strong as the original. Plus, it has a smoother silicone head, 4 brand new vibration patterns, 4 levels of intensity. Believe me, you've got to try this one. It's amazing. Go to magicwandrechargeable.com. Also, back to your penis. Let me tell you about Promescent. 1 in 3 men suffers from premature ejaculation. And even if you're not a premature ejaculator, but you just want to last longer because there's this orgasm gap, women take 20 minutes to orgasm to 40 minutes, men 6 to 8, way too long. Use Promescent. It's a quickly absorbing delay spray that allows you to have the sex life and the relationship that you want. So check out Promescent.com, the only FDA-approved treatment for premature ejaculation and just to have some better sex. Check it out.
Works like Coke, but it's legal and cheaper.
I would not say that. Strike that from the record, but check it out. It doesn't transfer to your partner. You'll love it. Thanks for listening.